PM Narendra Modi will begin his campaign for 2019 Lok Sabha elections today and will hold his first rally in Jammu. The Prime Minister is also slated to address two more rallies later in the day at Uttar Pradesh's Meerut and Uttarakhand's Rudrapur. All the three seats where the Prime Minister will speak today are scheduled to go to polls on the first phase of elections on April 11th.
All right, and the Election Commission is set to examine Prime Minister Narendra Modi's speech on Mission Shakti after complaints were raised by various opposition parties about the apparent violation of the Election Code of Conduct. This comes after various opposition parties complained to the EC questioning the timing of the space militarization program, as the Election Commission has already imposed the Model Code of Conduct. The opposition charged the PM with limitless drama over the announcement of the anti-satellite missile in a televised address to the nation.
And the discussion continues on Nyaya scheme, and as the debate rages on over the Congress promise of minimum income guarantee of 72,000 rupees per poor family, Lata Venkatesh caught up with Praveen Chakrabarti, chairperson of the Data Analytics Department of the Congress Party, to discuss the fine print of the proposal. Here's an excerpt.
Give us the details. There was still a little bit of confusion about whether the party is talking about 6,000 rupees per month per poor family, or is it dependent on how much that family is already earning and you want to just bring them up to 12,000. So it could be 5,000 for somebody, 4,000 for somebody. What exactly is the math you have in mind?
Sure. It's actually fairly simple, Lata. The poorest 20% of all Indian families or households will get the same uniform amount of 6,000 rupees a month or 72,000 rupees a year.
Okay, fine, fair enough.
That is 5 crore families that will get 6,000 rupees a month, 72,000 rupees a year. Okay. I'm happy to explain to you what you are implicitly referring to in terms of a minimum income.
Yes.
That is actually an inference. So if 5 crore poorest families in India get 6,000 rupees a month, by today's data standards, the average income of the poorest 20% of households is 6,000 rupees a month.
Okay.
You then they get 6,000 rupees more, and hence the inference or the imputed minimum income becomes 12,000. But that is just an outcome of the scheme. It is not the desired goal or the objective of the scheme.
Okay. Well, now let me come to the implications for the budgets. It's 3.6 lakh crore if I just multiply 5 crore with 72,000 rupees, and that would work out very close to 2% of GDP. Now, that's a tall ask, isn't it? Therefore, will it come at the expense of some existing subsidies?
We believe that for a scheme like this, we do have both the economic, the fiscal, and the state capacity to be able to launch a scheme like this today. Okay. I admit we would not, perhaps India was not ready for this even 10 years ago or 20 years ago.
Okay.
Today, we are at 200 lakh crore economy, nominal GDP growing certainly 15%, 16%, whatever it may be. All right? We
10%,
spend
Praveen, 10%.
60 lakh crores today.
My point is, therefore, will some of these schemes be subsumed? I thought Mr. Chidambaram said that schemes which don't have a specific social, subsidies which don't have a specific social intent could be subsumed under this.
There are, back then in 2017, there were roughly 950 centrally sponsored schemes. 11 of them are the big, important schemes that cost as much as the remaining 939 of them.
Okay.
So, there is, when we say that we will look at the expenditure side, scheme by scheme, carefully, we do believe, and obviously when I say this, we have done a little bit of work here, we have looked at it, and we do believe that there is opportunity to rationalize some of the 939.
Okay. All right.
And with tax revenues in place, we can easily fund it.
Okay. you know, the economists, some of whom the Congress party consulted, like Lucas Chancel and Abhijit Banerjee, were speaking with us on the channel yesterday. Both of them said that the super rich need to be taxed. Will that be part of this plan?
You know, it's a little kind of premature for us to start talking about. I mean, you're basically asking us for what the budget would be. When I'm saying this is an idea,
I'm asking the broad. No, Praveen. No, Praveen. I'm not asking you up to a decimal point or even a round figure. I'm only asking you the principle of it. They said the super rich, the highest 1%, should be taxed more. Common to both Abhijit Banerjee and Lucas Chancel. Is that in principle acceptable?
See, Lata, there are arguments on either side. On one side, there is, a clamor for increased taxes on the super rich or the wealthy or whatever you may call. On the other hand, there is a clamor from, I think, your fraternity about what you think are dole and wasteful subsidies, such as food subsidy and fertilizer subsidy. I don't think either extremes are the only way to resolve this. We have looked at this in detail, and like I said, I think we are fairly confident that we will be able to find the money to do this, because I do believe everyone is underestimating the tax buoyancy revenues, as well as the ability to monetize some assets.
All right, with that, we'll step into a short break. Come back, we get you a handle on the cues to watch from the futures and options space. Important day because it is the March series expiry. Momentum firmly with the bulls.